Hey, 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 everyone. I had to get up on here and chat with you all. I was called to do it. I've had some amazing conversations over the last couple of weeks. As some of you may already know, I am putting out a new show on YouTube. It is called The Legacy Speaker Show, and it debuts next Friday. And let me tell y'all, okay? The amazing individuals that I am interviewing on this show is going to light a fire inside of you so that you can continue to muster up the courage and bravery to go out there and share your message. But most importantly, work on the back end of your business to support your speaking so it's a viable option for you. So I want to get on here and just chat a little bit because I've been reflecting on my own journey and in some of the conversations I've had with individuals. Just this week, I had the experience to work with a client that is working on a keynote, and their keynote is specifically call into action a very marginalized and overlooked population. The population is only 0.2% of the world's population. And when I think about what their purpose is and why they're going out there speaking, it takes so much courage to get out there and share your message. But what I want to really express to those who are looking to build their business, build their brand, to build their confidence in their place of employment, speaking is a marketing tool. It is a tool and a muscle that needs to be strengthened today. This isn't something that should be put to the wayside. I have met so many countless individuals who say, when I'm at this certain point, when I have my book, when I'm an influencer, when I have X amount of money in the bank, that is when I'll work on my speaking. And most of you have to realize that there isn't going to be a perfect time for anything. There isn't a perfect time for what it is that you desire. If I had waited for a perfect opportunity to when my bank account was full, to when I felt totally adequately ready to actually go out there and speak, my business, my brand probably would not be here today. And I feel that many of us are waiting for some sort of permission for when the time is right. So I kind of want to debunk that a little bit today and really express why you should be working your business and your brand, or working, even leveraging your career with building confidence through speaking. This should not be an option. It really honestly should not be an option. It should be a part of your arsenal that you have right now. There's nothing more powerful than connecting with the human voice. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Even the written word, as much as I love writing and sharing my knowledge through print, it cannot replace the type of connection you feel when you actually hear someone's voice. That's exactly why Clubhouse blew up when it blew up, right? Especially during the pandemic. People were just eager to connect with people, and it allows you to create a level of intimacy that you don't get in your ads. And what's so striking to me is that so many people will spend thousands of dollars, right, for ads, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There are multiple ways in which you can build your business model. But for those of us who are looking to leverage with less capital, they'll spend thousands of dollars on ads so they can just maybe reach their clientele that they want to reach. And I find it fascinating, right? I find it fascinating that there is more hope and security in an algorithm through a machine than there is in understanding how massively important it is to go out there and connect with just your voice. Just your voice. When I think about my own career and where I've been, in fact, I was actually just on a coffee chat earlier today, and we were talking about, man, how did you go from like dentistry, dental hygiene, academia, now you're doing this speaking consulting work. How did you make that choice? And it was really a natural progression for me. As a youth, I was required to do presentations on the stage in a religious format. When I was in high school, they encouraged me to compete with other high school students. So I did my first extemporaneous speaking uh, debate, right? And I won third place for that. I didn't even know what the heck that was, right? And then I went into dentistry, and I wound up working with marginalized populations and went into academia because I wanted to spend more time with my family. And it's amazing how I was able to learn so much as I was getting my degrees and working with individuals. And once I came to a place of a toxic burnout, I realized that, man, I've got to make a choice. Do I stay in this route and where I am in my career, or do I go out there and make a bigger, more massive impact? And as a faculty, when I was working for this nonprofit and helping to organize their events, I would see what these speakers were getting paid. And I was like, whoa, how is this possible? They're making more money in a 1 to 2 hour to 3 hour course than what I was making as an academic instructor full time in a program with benefits. And so I stumbled upon it. I naturally had these gifts, and I married along all of my journey to get me to where I am today. And what I've seen and what I've found, even in my own business journey, I had a powerful tool. I had time, I didn't have the capital as a new faculty member, but I did have a voice and I did utilize it, and I didn't wait for anyone's permission. So, for anyone that's in a place where they want to build more impact, they want to amplify their brand, they want to amplify their message, they want to go out there and find customers and clients that they want to be able to serve, you can do that, my friends, through your voice, just like I am right now. And for some of us, there is a fear. There's false stories that are being told. There's a fear associated with just being nervous. Some of us have felt ill, sick to our stomach. For me, I couldn't even watch myself or even listen to myself over and over and over again. I had to avoid doing that because I was so highly critical of what I sounded like. Now, I'm not like that, right? Now I'm like, it is what it is. You're going to get what you get. This is me, right? I'm packaged into this awesome package, and I'm going to continue to serve with excellence, whether someone else likes it or not, because I know that my calling is way deeper than any person's negative view about the work that I do. So as you're going out there and you know that those feelings are real, I want you to just ask yourself for a moment, if you were on your deathbed, right? If you were in a place where you had some time to reflect on your life, would you regret if you didn't take the necessary steps to go out there and share your message or share your work? And most of us would say, yes, I would regret it. And that was enough for me to get out of my bed, to get out of any sort of false stories, for me to get out there and share what I had to share. There weren't a lot of people that looked like me, if at any at all, on the stage in the particular industry that I was in. But I didn't wait for permission. I didn't wait for someone to say, well, now you're ready. That decision was up to me. So if you know that you've been waiting on the sideline, if you know that you've been waiting for some magical moment to express the time is now, well, here it is. If this is the sign you need, you can make and create something so beautiful and meaningful that helps establish your legacy right now. Every decision that we make right now. And when I understood how finite life was, with the loss of my own mother, with the toxic work environment I was in, the burnout syndrome I was going through, I knew that I had a gift. a gift of life, a gift of opportunity that many loved ones of mine had never had the ability to enjoy. And so I wanted to make sure that I made the decision to honor myself, to honor the gifts that I have, and to not allow anything to get in the way of that. So, yeah, I may not have had the capital to make a difference in my life, particularly at that moment for where I wanted to be in my business, but I had something that no one could take away. I didn't need to understand the algorithm, right? I didn't need to have this pretty, gorgeous business model, business plan. I didn't need any of that. I just needed to understand what my calling was, who was it that I served, and to get out there and package it in a way in which it made sense so that I can continue to share my message, make a difference, and build a business. So I think that as you all go about your day, I cannot believe Q2 is almost over. I want to highly encourage you to get out there and share. The person that I worked with this week started an amazing nonprofit and work because of experiences they had during their childhood that encouraged them to say, I want to build a better future for other children. And it started with their experience as a child. And now they're building one of the most massive movements in their region because they had the courage to just start, because they had the courage to be determined to not give up and to stay consistent. Is that enough for you, right? Is that enough for you to motivate you? Sometimes, especially as women, and I've heard this discussed at a recent conference, we often are pulled away from moving forward if we make the reason behind us moving forward based on just us. So for me, moving forward was not only my health, but my children. I had to consider my children. What were they seeing with mommy being sick in that toxic work environment? And what kind of example did I want to lead for them? Now I'm at the place of my journey after 7 years of this journey, of this internal journey, where I don't have to have someone in there for me to make the decision. I just want to honor myself, right? If you're not there and honoring yourself and sharing your voice and getting out there and speaking, then use someone else in substitute of that right now. If you're not enough to be a reason for you to make an impact, a deeper impact in the work that you're doing, then use somebody else in replace of that until you muster up enough courage and get firmly rooted in who you are. Now you're doing it for yourself. Whatever you've got to do that today. I can't tell you how many amazing people I get to meet that wish they would have started earlier. And there's a way that you can build out your message, build out your voice. You can do it strategically where it doesn't burn you out. You can do it where it aligns with your business. You can do it in a place where you're actually building profitability and creating generational changes for your family. When I think about where I am now and where I've been in my business and how my business has grown, right? I have made right now in my own life generational changes. My children are experiencing things I never had the opportunity to experience as a child because my husband and I and me individually made a decision to change my life, right? And I did it even though I was scared, even though I was scared. So when you are thinking about any fear, any false stories, or anything like that that may be coming in your way of going out there and amplifying your brand and making it undeniable, I want you to just reflect about the fact that speaking in general is a marketing tool. That's it. It is just a tool that I could utilize that can help me reach the people I'm trying to serve. It is just a tool, not something that's going to break me, but actually an asset to the work that I'm doing. And this is a tool that I can utilize organically to grow my business and get in front of the lives that I'm meant to impact, the lives that I'm meant to set free. You just have to get started. Don't allow yourself to be the barrier, the only barrier standing in your way of truly making a difference. And for those of you that have been speaking for some time, the struggle bus of speaking, struggle, right? Does not have to be the end all of what you've experienced. You don't have to accept lesser than. I feel like many of us have done that over and over again, which gets us down to that road of eventually giving up. And I'm speaking especially to women of color who often are going through 500 or 5011 hoops, right? To just be seen and heard. There are ways in which you can strategically move and set up your structure where you're not burning yourself out. You're maximizing the tool that you have. You're not waiting for anyone to give you permission to go out there and start really making generational changes. And this is exactly why all of my programs start with the word legacy. So I want to highly, highly encourage you that if you are ready to stay committed to your message, if you're ready to make an impact, if you're ready to not only make an impact in the lives of your audience, but most importantly, get to a place where you are strategically maneuvering and gaining the income necessary to make a difference in your own life, not just in the lives of people that you impact, but in your own life, I highly encourage you to contact me. If I'm unable to help you in my own consulting firm, I have amazing contacts that are just as equally devoted to having integrity in their business and serving people from the heart. There are people waiting to assist you, to guide you, to support you, to cheer you on in the work that you're doing. Speaking is a tool. It's a marketing tool, but it transforms. It's one of the biggest ways in which you can transform others and change their lives to set them free from whatever may be holding them back. All right. Next Friday, April 1st, we're going to have our first 3 episodes, y'all. So tomorrow I'm going to share our trailer for our Legacy Speaker Show. I cannot wait to introduce you to these amazing people that are going to help encourage you on your speaking journey, but most importantly, help you strengthen and curate a strong business foundation, because we're not playing anymore out here on these streets, okay? We're just not. We're going to state and we're going to share our message. We're not going to wait for anyone to give us permission. We're not going to wait to fit in a certain kind of mold from the outside looking in. This is what you get, right? My message is just as valuable. Women out there need to get out there and share their work. And especially my women of color, I'm calling to all of you because I know how difficult it is to go out there and be courageous and to share your message when often we're not seen and heard. Okay, I will see you all next week, next Friday, and I'll be sharing the link to our first 3 episodes. You're going to have episodes coming out April 1st until June 24th. We've got an amazing array of professionals that are ready to help and support you, encourage you, give you tips and strategies, debunk myths that may be preventing you from reaching the next level of your speaking, and of course, reaching that professional speaker status. Okay, y'all. Bye bye.